Hey guys, what is up? It is DXTech here, and welcome back to another landscaping tutorial video. Now today we are on my test world in the new 17W06A snapshot, and we're going to be messing around with the new blocks, such as the concrete powder and just the regular concrete blocks. We're really just going to be showing how we can really create this amazing gradient down these amazing and beautiful paths, guys. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Alright guys, so for our first build here, I thought it was only right to have it be nighttime and rainy, because this is kind of our swampy, marshy kind of area. And as you can kind of see, you know, we've blended our clay blocks and our concrete blocks and our podzol and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, you really just get a feel for this like muddy, marshy, nasty area. Even if you look in the pond a little bit, you can see I kind of even detailed into there, like some mud sliding down into the water and stuff. And kind of some hints and tips for this one. So the wheat can be kind of like your cattails. If you've ever seen those from swamps, go ahead and look that up. Look up cattail. But like, I guess you'll get two things. You either get a cat's tail, like an animal, or you'll get these things. And I'm sure there's multiple names for them as well. I've just heard them been called cattails. So, anyways, they're kind of like long-standing plants that kind of stick out of the water and stuff. Let me turn off the rain real quick. All right, so let me get back to it. Like I was saying, so the cattails are kind of like long-standing plants that just kind of have those little ends on the top. They kind of have like a little black peak kind of thing, so that's why the wheat does that really well. You can obviously change it with your texture packs. It would definitely look a lot better if they were kind of lighter or more green-ish. But that's up to y'all. And then kind of hint on the lily pad. The lily pads don't really sit out in groups in the middle of ponds or swamps or anything. They're kind of clumped along the edges, or you see they'll have a few scattered ones kind of out there in the center, but you really don't have them sitting out in the center of ponds. And that also kind of helps because they can also help resemble a little bit like a moss buildup or stuff like that. And then we obviously have our 2 tall ferns and our 1 tall ferns and our grass and our 2 tall grass, just to kind of help represent a different kind of flora in the area. And then we obviously have our reeds. But the cool thing we can do with these is if you look real close, you can see I have some string there. Now that will prevent the reeds or sugarcane, whatever you want to call it, from growing. So you can actually set some at different height and never have to worry about them all being this 3 tall. Now I obviously have 1 3 tall over here because you kind of want that. At least you don't want 1 or 2, but you kind of want an idea that this area is still growing and it's been constantly growing. And then from the podzol, you can kind of tell that maybe it looks like there's some plants that have, you know, are still growing up, or some plants that have just died and they're just now, you know, being eaten up by the bacteria and all that stuff. So yeah. Oh, and just to mention real quick, we blended in our light a little bit here, but if you look real close, you actually can't really see. I have about I think I have about 10 of them in here, and from ground level you definitely can't see them. You know, they kind of just blend in a little bit. So I mean, yeah guys, that's our first build, and I'll move on to the next one. Alright guys, so for our next build, I just kind of want to show this off real quick. It shouldn't take long at all. I just kind of want to show off kind of how the new modern treated grass kind of looks. So over here is how it used to be back before this update, is where you had your dark green clay and then your regular clay, dark green, and you switch. This one right here just kind of shows the dark or regular greens together. So you have the clay and then the concrete. Let me toggle that. Okay. And then this right here is one that I think looks the best. So it's the concrete and then the lime stained clay. I think it looks a lot better than what a lot of people originally did. It was right here, it was real dark, but you always kind of got like a weird feeling from it. This right here keeps the feeling of grass. You have that brighter green rather than like regular grass and then dead grass. I don't know. I think this looks a lot better, makes the green pop out a little bit more, makes it look a lot better. So this is a short one, so now we're going to do another big one. This next one will probably be a path, so let's get into it, guys. Hey, and we are back, guys, and what I have here for you now is kind of a woodland / brush filled nice and smooth path. So the whole idea kind of behind this one is that you have like a big castle off in the distance, you know, but to get to it you have to travel through this real dense and thick area, but in the end, you know, they still have a nice and well kept path. You know, I mean, just the fact that, you know, maybe it's deteriorating a little bit, but you're gonna go more for your solid blocks, like more your polished andesite and stone brick and stuff. So just kind of give you a little bit of idea there. You know, just some pieces missing, but I mean that's the part of any path, any kind of woodland-ish path. So the whole kind of idea behind this one's, like I said, using the solid blocks. Threw in a little bit of the light gray concrete powder, because what that does is it blends from these blocks to the stone, and then it kind of helps also look a little bit like a more gradient gravel or andesite. I mean, guys, it just looks so good on the path. But now if we get into the dirt and the other terrain, we can see that I used a little bit of the brown concrete powder as well as the brown concrete, then mixed it in with some podzol and some coarse dirt, and then threw in our brush from there, guys. I mean, just look at it. I'll just do a little aerial view real quick. And look at this, guys. This looks so amazing. I mean, just imagine having this full of detail spread all the way out in each direction, going all the way up to your amazing castle, home, anything you want. And the best part about it is this can be used for multiple things, and all you have to do is change the path. Or if you don't want to change the path, you like the path, and you want to go for a different styled terrain on the sides, you can do it. But both of these can be interchanged to fit other things, and I think no matter what it is, it's going to look beautiful. So yeah, guys, so let's move on to our final one for this episode. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back to our final little terrain build here, and what I have for you is a little bit of a dried up, rundown, western slash boulder filled, dusty, I don't even know how to describe it, but you can basically throw this into any kind of dried up or western slash kind of like muggy tan gray build that you have. So yeah, first off, we got off here is our path is these path blocks, but we've thrown in a little bit of this wood to either act like deteriorated fences, or honestly, they kind of help if you have to go uphill. You can then use say slabs and stairs to then use that, and it all blends in. So that's kind of the idea behind that one. And then we have, of course, our brown concrete powder here, as well as some coarse dirt, and we threw in a little bit of green to show, you know, that there's still a little bit of life here, trying to hold on to the very last second. We got some boulders sticking out of the ground and such, and really just pulling out that real rundown rustic kind of theme. So this can lead into builds such as like the rustic kind of stuff, or western, like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, just really went into detail on the path block and sticking more with our browns, and then adding in some dried up greens. Now instead of using those spruce ones like I used over there, I used birch, so that way it looks more dried up than the oak leaves rather than flourishing in a forest. So yeah, guys, I mean, I think that's going to do it for today. We kind of showed off all different styles of builds, and what you can do with the new blocks. Kind of, hopefully I inspired you in any way to kind of get into this new 17 WL6A snapshot, and hopefully the next snapshot we get, if it's not the full update, will be something even more with a bunch of cool blocks. So I hope you all did enjoy, and if you did, please leave a like as well as a comment down in the comment section. As well as that comment, leave me kind of tips or ideas, whether on future builds I should do, or if there's other ways that maybe I should have designed this that y'all know of that I don't. And let's just be one big community. So thanks again, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And that is it, guys. I will see you in the next one.